The Centre extended Suspension of Operations or SoO agreement with Kuki underground outfits of Manipur, namely United People's Front or UPF and Kuki National Organisation or KNO on the 21st of February for another 6 months, that is till the 31st of August 2020. The Joint Monitoring Group meeting was chaired by Joint Secretary in charge of Northeast Ministry of Home Affairs, Mr. Satyendra Garg. 3 officials of Manipur government, besides representatives of IB and Army, also participated in this important meeting. All sides expressed satisfaction on the deliberations of the meeting.
It's a joint monitoring group meeting with KNO and UPF. So, central government, state government and KNO, UPF. We had discussion on observance on the ground rules. And of course, because our suspension operation was to end on 29th of February, so we have decided to renew it for next 6 months.
Yes, I should say we are satisfied with the meeting. This is a routine meeting, I should say. Unlike political dialogue, this is just to extend the agreement with the government of India and the government of Manipur with the underground groups, the KNO and UPF. So the extension has been done in the past for 1 year, but for the last 2 consecutive times, including this time, we are extending it for 6 months now. And we have a valid reason for that. And for that reason also we are very satisfied. And we are satisfied because the foundation to have a political solution is to create the platform for political dialogue, which is extension of the SoO.
I believe this SoO extension will be the last before we have a solution, and we will try our best effort so that we can have a solution within a short span of time. But the problem is within the tribals. There are lots of internal problems within us. So the solution depends on us whether we put our efforts to come together as one.
Joint Secretary Mr. Garg has asked the Kuki leaders to restrain the cadres from violating SoO ground rules.
All ground rules violations were discussed, and we have told that apart from the state government, security agencies, and both the groups, of course, will observe the ground rules, and any violation of ground rules will be taken strictly and dealt with.
The underground leaders also assured that after their return, they would meet their cadres, inform them about the SoO extension meeting, and caution them against violation of ground rules. Leaders of both the militant groups admitted that there were some violations of ground rules, as some of the cadres had left the designated camps in search of livelihood. The Kuki groups have requested for timely release of their stipends.
Ground rule issues are discussed. So the government has certain issues such as ground rules violations, and that was raised. The reason boils down to stipend not being paid, meager amount as it is, 6,000. The government has not paid for the last 18 months. Not a justification, but not because I use the word justification because we as an organization don't endorse cadres doing something that's out of line.
The government has laid down some violations from KNO and from UPF as well. The violations here and there, but they are not very major violations which can actually derail the peace process. As a leader, I feel it's very important to let our cadres know, of course, not all the discussions and closed-door meetings, but it's very important for the cadres to know how the agreement with the government is progressing and what they have to do on their part or what they cannot do, so that the talks or the peace process should not be derailed. Because we should not forget that the innocent cadres who are not talking to the government also could be the factor for derailing the SoO agreement. So they need to be given awareness of what the government does not like and what is likely to happen in future, so that they can cooperate with the leaders for political solution to take place.
Whenever we go back, first we visit our camps. We have 3 designated camps, which were about 30-40 kilometers. And then we told about what government told us in the meeting. Moreover, we update them about the SoO situation, that if these things happen, this will happen, everything and all. And before we came to SoO, also we asked gatherers not to violate the SoO ground rules, as we were in the process of taking have a political dialogue.
Not getting a stipend is no excuse for extortion. But yeah, like this point came up for discussion, and we want to ensure that a stipend is paid regularly.
The Kuki underground leaders also informed that Kuki, Naga and Mar civil society leaders have held a meeting recently to iron out differences among various ethnic groups on land boundary and other issues to ensure peaceful environment in the state.
We felt that most of the technical problems are discussed and agreed upon with the interlocutor. What needs to be done at the moment is to create an atmosphere conducive among the 3 major communities in Manipur, so that the agreement that is made in Delhi could be implemented on ground. So for that reason, the civil society leaders of the Kuki groups, the Naga groups and the Meitei groups really have to sit down together and reason, because we're looking for a solution for all and an inclusive solution. So it should not be a solution exclusively for the Nagas only, or for the Kukis only, or for the Mars or Paites, or not on exclusive based solution. So we want the Nagas to have their own political solution, and also the Kukis also should have their honorable political solution. And for that, the Meiteis also should be satisfied. So for that reason, not just the underground groups, the civil society organizations also really have to sit down. So that is the reason why we have requested civil society organizations, the Kuki chiefs, the Mars in Pui, and the Paite tribe councils to sit down with UNC, United Naga Council. And some closed-door meetings were held, and the process is still on, and it was positive.
In the aftermath of Bodo Accord and settlement of the Bruce, which happened recently, besides several surrenders of underground outfits, Northeast is witnessing a peaceful atmosphere like never before, and it is expected that soon remaining disgruntled groups and their grievances would be settled.
Government of India is working definitely for settlement with KNO and UPF also, and we are hopeful that as we have progressed in case of Bodos and Bruce and all this thing, we are hopeful that we'll be able to wrap up a final settlement with remaining people, including KNO and UPF. So people of Northeast deserve peace, and definitely a lot of things have been done in last 8 months. So we are hopeful to resolve virtually the remaining issue in 2020, so that actual development takes place after that.